So yeah, let me quickly show you. So I was actually thinking to show you a practical example instead of just using console log. Here I'm having two inputs. Like consider I have two inputs and type of they are having a type of number.
Your screen is not sharing.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is nothing new. I'm just creating a div and placing this number here. I'm going to assign a label for it, and I'm going to say first number, and okay, I'm going to copy this. This, this label first number, and this is going to be saving it. Yeah, now you can see we have two boxes. So ideally what we would do is we are going to enter two values here, and when I press a button, let's add a button. So how you can add a button is just type button here. I think okay, we actually add, call it as add. We have this button here. So ideally when we call this, I can show that now. So ideally you have to type the numbers here, add it. When you click add, it's going to show you the result of this addition. We'll see that tomorrow. So what happens is, what if one of the values is not present, or maybe one of the values is present and the result is not actually what you have expected. Let's say this is, could also be the case. Okay, you are passing these two values. I'm saving it. As of now, I'm showing it in the console. You can see that addition of two numbers, you have properly passed the two values, but then the result is only 5. But how would you get to know from just by looking at this page? Only by looking at the code you will be able to know. But this scenario is pretty straightforward. Once you go into this, you can see that the values are properly passed, and the next step is to go into this function and see, okay, we can directly see that the value is number 1, and uh, we haven't used the number 2 at all. That's why it's not resulting in the proper result. uh, yeah. uh, so in this case, what if these values are something complex? You won't be able to understand what is going on, and the result is also complex. It's not a single statement. It's going to be tens or hundreds of statements. So in that case, you would need to print out these variables and see what the values are there holding. So we also saw that when I don't pass the second value, we are seeing undefined. How will you get to know that this value is undefined without looking at it? When I have only these two, how will you know that? I'm putting number 2 here for addition. I'm saving it. You can see that the result is NAN, but you do not know what happened there. So by adding the log statements, you will be able to know exactly what is going on there. So this is used only for the purpose of debugging. So when you want to identify an issue or a bug in your code, that's when you use console log, or sometimes it is used for printing out things for your information, for a developer's information. That's what we saw in this console. Yeah, we have quite a lot of things here. This can be gibberish to us, but it actually means something to the developers who have created this. uh, by looking at this, they will be able to identify the issues in their uh, code, which is this application. We also have some error here. So by looking at this console, they'll be able to know that okay, this could be the reason of that error, and they will rectify it. So that is the sole purpose of having a console and also this console log statements in your code. Other than that, it does not serve any purpose. It is just to debug your code. We also have a lot more options under this console. We'll look into that later. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, there is one other thing which I haven't touched today. So, which is how you should name your variables. It's not you cannot name it in any way that you want. There are specific rules for naming it. We'll look into that tomorrow. I think that is all for today. Thank you.